Manchester United have made a nervous start here, and now they're facing a free kick on the edge of their area, to the left as we look at it. Effenberg to the right of the ball, and Basler's there as well. Surely Basler will fancy this one, curling it with the right foot. The referee just pushing back the Manchester United wall. A Bayern player's gone into the middle of the wall. I think it might be Babel. And here it's going to be Basler deflected, and it's there! Bayern Munich have scored! Basler with the right foot is going to get the credit, but it took an enormous deflection past Peter Schmeichel, and Bayern Munich take the lead here in Barcelona after only 6 minutes. It might have even been a United defender who got the touch, but Basler, whose goal in the semi-final against Dynamo Kiev brought Bayern into the final, has hit the free kick which went off Babel, I think. Anyway, it's wrong-footed everybody. Maybe it even went in cleanly, and Bayern Munich are one up.
5 minutes left. I'll give you the countdown on 5 Live in the World Service on BBC Radio. Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 1. Kufur taking quite a while to take this free kick. Finally he's going to hit it, and he hits it down the left flank where Scholl was. Gary Neville heads it to Sheringham. Sheringham does well to keep it in play. Beckham flicks it over his left shoulder. York is beaten in the air. Effenberg clears. It runs to Stam though. Stam a good ball to Teddy Sheringham. Right of the centre circle. Infield to Dwight York. Back to Nicky Butt. Where is the threat? They've had so much of the ball. What have they created? Next to nothing. Back to Gary Neville. Gary Neville crosses into the D of the Munich penalty area, and it's a good header away. And Munich come forward once more. Fink to Effenberg. Effenberg wide to turn it on the far side. Yanker waits in the middle. The ball's back with Stefan Effenberg. And Effenberg now to turn it once more. Just over the halfway line. Crossfield ball deliberately aimed at Basler, but Giggs was there for Manchester United and heads it back. Irwin to Sheringham on the halfway line, inside the centre circle. Sheringham wide to Giggs down the left, having started the match down the right, and he takes on the full-back and doesn't beat him. And Jeremies is there. Jeremies finds Basler, and Basler leaning back lifts the clearance up over the halfway line. Jonsson scurries across to take it on his chest. Jonsson now to Jaap Stam. Every Munich player is inside the Munich half. Stam right-footed. The German sends victory with the balls inside their penalty. Solskjaer back to Sheringham. Sheringham shoots, and Kahn makes the save.
Well, Sheringham had to wait for the ball to sit up for him. Lovely little back heel by Solskjaer. It was Sheringham who battled for the ball in the first instance, and Solskjaer just held the ball back to Sheringham, but he couldn't get any great pace on the ball, because when it did bounce down on, there was all sorts of Bayern Munich men around him.
A little over 3 minutes to go. Ronnie Jonsson from Manchester United finds Nicky Butt inside the centre circle. Beckham had come in, but the ball still picks him out. Solskjaer ahead of him. Beckham crosses though, deep towards Dwight York, who heads it down, and that's straight through to Kahn.
Well, Sheringham, great movement. I think obviously Dwight York thought, I'll just head it nearer towards goal for Manchester United player to run onto it. But what happened was Sheringham just peeled off, because he saw one of the Bayern Munich defenders running back as well. And Sheringham's actual position was excellent, but he's just never seen.
Giggs to York. York ahead of the centre circle, almost runs into Kalina, and that put him off. Jeremies to Scholl, left of the centre circle, and happy to run wide to the left. He's got Turner behind him, but it's played to Turner. Quickly forward towards Effenberg. Gary Neville intercepts, finds Dwight York. 2.5 minutes to go. Giggs plays it to Beckham. Beckham in lots of room down the right. Good control by David Beckham. Beckham into Gary Neville, into the penalty, pulls it back, and it finds Dwight York, and he missed kicks. He missed kicks 8 yards in front of goal, and the chance is gone.
Well, just completely missed the ball, Dwight York. Neville just held the ball in from his position, not sure a shot or a cross.
Giggs crosses from the left end of the penalty. It's headed on and bounces just in front of Oliver Kahn, who saves once more.
Well,
Solskjaer and Sheringham, since they've come on, have made more impact than York and Cole did.
Well, yes, Alan, but don't forget also now you're committing all sorts of numbers forward, so they're bound to create more chances, and they've got fresh legs as well, of course, and the Germans at the moment are dead on their feet.
90 seconds of the European Cup final remain. That's a foul by Beckham, and it's a relieving free kick to Bayern Munich, and they're going to make another substitution. Mario Basler, the goal scorer, is coming off, and Zali Hamidzic is coming on for the last minute.
Well, if only Manchester United can get that goal, because the legs have gone, Bayern. The legs have got completely gone. And at the moment they are just holding on. Manchester United know they're holding on. They cannot get that vital goal.
But to date, Bayern's spirit is stronger. Effenberg's free kick, hit right-footed. Salihamidzic struggles to keep the ball in play and can't. And is it out of play for a throw-in? Isn't this Tannoy unbelievable?
What did he say?
I didn't hear a word. Didn't hear a word. I can tell you, we've got 34 seconds left for play in the Nou Camp, plus whatever stoppage time is added on. Bayern Munich lead 1-0. Fink, one of the substitutes, clears over his shoulder, met by Jeremies on the halfway line. Back to Babel, and Babel's putting Linke under pressure now. Solskjaer rushing forward, and Linke hits it into the crowd. Throw into Manchester United, almost level with the edge of the Bayern penalty area. The fourth official is about to tell us how much time is left in this European Cup final. I suspect it's 3 minutes. There is still time for Manchester United. 1-0 down. Gary Neville stretches, launches it into the penalty area. Firm header away. Beckham collects though, 35 yards from goal. Forced to retreat under pressure from Scholl, but Beckham spins and Beckham plays it to his left. Gary Neville's left foot plays it into the penalty area, and Effenberg, tired though he is, diverts it behind for a corner.
Key for the night now again. Delivery by Beckham. Everybody up, absolutely everybody, including Schmeichel.
Schmeichel's inside the Munich penalty area. Beckham crosses, stoppage time. Schmeichel jumps, falls to the far post towards York. Half cleared, Giggs shoots, Sheringham equalises! Teddy Sheringham has equalised in stoppage time for Manchester United! Can you believe it? Oh, Teddy went to Manchester United and he might win the lot yet.
Well, you felt it was coming. I mean, they had an earlier chance with Dwight York about a minute earlier. Beckham threw the corner in. Everybody challenged. For a second, Bayern had a chance to clear. The ball was returned. And at first, when Sheringham put it in the back of the net, I'm straight away looking at offside. He wasn't offside. What happened was most of the Bayern players had pushed out, and Sheringham even didn't make great contact, but he made enough contact.
Naturally, programmes will be delayed if we require extra time. And remember, in extra time, a golden goal will finish it.
And Manchester United have got their legs, Alan.
Has the pendulum swung? Red flares go off at the end to our left. We've got about a minute of stoppage time to go. It's now Manchester United 1, Bayern Munich 1. Teddy Sheringham's vital contribution as it's laid forward by Irwin, and Solskjaer's after it, and he's onside, and Sheringham makes a run into the penalty area. Solskjaer, just to the left of the box, tries to pull the cross back and hits Kaffour, and it's a corner to Manchester United, and Schmeichel won't come up for this one.
I think that's a safe bet.
Surely not a winner in stoppage time. We've already had an equaliser. Beckham crosses from the left, right-footed, it's a clear header, and it's lifted into the net. Solskjaer has won the European Cup for Manchester United. It's absolutely astonishing. It was Sheringham who headed it on, and Solskjaer stabbed the ball with his right foot into the roof of the net, and Manchester United rule Europe. I don't believe it, but it's happened. They've come from 1-0 down in stoppage time to beat Bayern Munich, and the Munich players are on their knees. They don't know what's hit them. Manchester's hit them.
What a substitution. Sheringham with the touch from Beckham's corner. Solskjaer, as only he can, reacted in the middle of the 6-yard box. Look at the Germans. They are lying down. There are 7 players in their own penalty area lying down. They cannot believe it. What a fantastic substitution by Manchester United.
What about that roar? Well, I'll tell you something. I said earlier tonight in the commentary how often questions have been posed about this Manchester United side, and they keep on answering them. I can't believe that they're going to win from this position, but they're winning. The ball's on the edge of their penalty area. Is that the final whistle? It is! Manchester United have won the Champions League, and Alex Ferguson is embraced by his staff. He's dancing with delight. His players celebrate, and to a man, Munich are on the turf. They can't believe what's happened to them. Peter Schmeichel, embraced by Raymond van der Haar. Well, what scenes of delight and delirium. And Alex Ferguson still hasn't got on the pitch yet. He's leaving it to his players. I'm sure he's close to tears. I'm sure the Manchester United manager is close to tears. But he's leaving the stage so far to an incredible bunch of heroes. Can you believe that they've come back from this, Mark Lawrenson?
I had never known an end to such a football match, such an important football match in my life. I mean, Manchester United made substitution after substitution in the second half, and you just feel they must get another chance. They must always have one last chance before the end. They did. It fell to Sheringham. He made all the difference. And then Alan, just to score, you know, within a minute from the corner, was just absolutely sensational. Of course, it was the last substitute they sent into place, Solskjaer. But it just tells you something about the strength of will, the mental strength, the fitness. You just imagine what they've been through lately.
Well, you know, in 90 minutes of football, they created a half chance for Jesper Blomqvist. A half chance for Jesper Blomqvist. That was all. And yet they've two chances in stoppage time, and they win the game. It is absolutely incredible. And English football as a whole should celebrate, because English football is back on top of Europe. It's 15 years since Liverpool won the European Cup for the fourth and maybe final time. Manchester United have taken up the gauntlet, and they've won a fantastic treble, an unbelievable treble, joining Celtic, joining Ajax. But I tell you, winning the European Cup, the standard the way it is now, is probably the greatest achievement of all.
Well, I cannot argue with that for a moment. And I think they said to you before, you know, you imagine what they've been through in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. You know, the epic semi-final against Arsenal, and then you're having to win the last game at home in the Premier League to win that. Then they went to Newcastle for Wembley, beat them very, very easily, and they still had enough resilience, enough strength, enough inner strength to go on and win here tonight, when it looked for all the world to see as though they were beaten.
Ottmar Hitzfeld, the German coach, thought that his side had the advantage. They'd wrapped up the Bundesliga title ages ago, and they really had a clean run-in over the last few weeks. They could rest players. Manchester United run-in was all about winning matches that they had to win. And you think about the last 3 games of a fantastic season. They had 3 matches to play, 3 wins, and they'd win the treble, and that's what they've done. And I can't tell you the contrast in the scenes of the two sides out here. Manchester United dancing around to our left, and their hands are on German heads away to our right. I gather we've got some reaction from Alex Ferguson.
Alex Ferguson, they put you through the mill into injury time, almost lost the cup, and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in, and that's to win it.
Absolutely fantastic. So proud of them. I mean, you must have thought it'd gone there with just a few seconds left. You sent Schmeichel up.
Yeah, I didn't send him up. He went up on his own.
Did he? Right.
But anyway, fantastic. I'm so proud of my players.
Well done, Alex. You better get back there and celebrate. Fantastic.
I'm sure he didn't believe it, Mark Lawrenson. He can't have thought, as they entered stoppage time, that they were going to win it. He might have prayed for extra time.
Well, as I said to you in the commentary, if United score, they would go on to win because of the golden goal, because they had the legs, they had the substitutions. The Germans, rightly, did stop, but you know the real turning point of the game, when Scholl chipped Schmeichel and it came back off the post. If that goes ill on 2-0, Manchester United would have been dead and buried. At 1-0, they always had a chance to come back.
And then Janker hit the crossbar, remember, with the overhead kick. And poor Janker, well, 6 inches below, and it was in, and United were definitely finished. And to their credit, the Munich fans haven't left the stadium. They haven't left for the exits. They're standing by, but they're silent. And what, 35,000, 40,000 Manchester United fans inside this fabulous Nou Camp stadium are all dancing with delight. They're on their feet. It's a little bit of Old Trafford transplant.
Well, I'll tell you what they're doing.
Catalonia.
They're paying accolade to the captain, Roy Keane. They're shouting there's only one Keano, because everybody knows he's missed out tonight and he's been the real driving force behind their season.
Well, Roy Keane may be in the stadium, but he'll not be able to go up and collect his medal. It'll be the 11 players who started the game and the 7 substitutes. plus Alex Ferguson, plus Steve McLaren. They've actually minted for the first time 25 gold medals, but the 5 remaining medals will have to be presented privately, presumably tonight. I can tell you Roy Keane will have his hands on another piece of gold. But it won't be here. This is Schmeichel's moment. And you know, when you think about his positioning for the goal and the efforts that might have beaten him a second time, well, maybe it was written in the stars. Maybe it was written for Manchester United that they should come here and win. Teddy Sheringham, he's just reenacting the goal. He's saying to the other players, watch me, this is how I took it. The ball came in to my right side and I just went flick, and Kahn was beaten. And now we want Solskjaer to do the same thing. Alex Ferguson punches the air into light. Thousands of flashbulbs go off all around the stadium. Bobby Charlton, I've just seen a shot of him. What, did he kiss Tony Banks? Will this be in the papers tomorrow?
Hopefully not quite.
It was an embrace, a hug. And Sir Bobby Charlton, of course, will be aware more than anybody else inside Manchester, inside the Nou Camp tonight. Today is the day in which Matt Busby would have been 90 years of age. And Sir Matt, looking down Mike Ingham, will be very proud of what his great club has achieved.
You're right, Alan, and while we talk about the personalities, can I just mention one thing at this stage, I think? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was all set to join Spurs and decided to stay and to try his luck at Manchester United. Isn't Alex Ferguson pleased? He did, because he scored the most important goal in the history of Manchester United. Peter Schmeichel, who would have been absolutely distraught had that goal decided the game. Let's make the point also, made 2 unbelievable saves in the second half from Effenberg and Scholl as well. And the other point I think I would like to make, I think we can almost unofficially now say Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson, guaranteed knighthood.
And probably, if they're sensible, they'll leave it to the new year and he can celebrate his next birthday, which falls on New Year's Eve, properly. I couldn't agree with you more. It will be Sir Alex Ferguson. Maybe that was what Bobby Charlton was saying to Tony Banks in that little embrace. A distraught Bayern Munich side have stepped up onto the podium to receive their silver medals. It's unbelievable for them. You know, they're into stoppage time, they're leading 1-0. And even though the legs had gone, Mark, they must have thought, that's it, it's
Alan,
over.
It's about time a German team was unlucky against a British team.
Well, there's the Munich players taking their silver medals, while Manchester United just stand away to the left, embracing each other. There's another hug for Peter Schmeichel from Raymond van der Haag. Schmeichel waving to someone in the crowd now, dancing a little jig. Yes, it's me, love, and I've won it. Oh, what a way to climax a great career. At what, 550,000? Don't tell me that Peter Schmeichel has not been the best buy that Alex Ferguson has made.
Most definitely the best buy, and I think when he bought him, everybody didn't know much about him. I always remember reading Brian Kidd saying you could tell he was going to be a good player, a great player, because you could see it in his eyes. It was burning in his eyes. And you know, people talk about the years at Cantona, was at Old Trafford, and he brought them the title. People like Mark Hughes, Kanchelskis, everybody. But Peter Schmeichel, for me, has been as important, if not more important, than any other of the Manchester United players throughout all those years, Alan, because that's where it starts in teams when you go on to win leagues.
The last Bayern player to make it up onto the podium was probably the saddest. 38-year-old Lothar Matthäus, a World Cup winner, but probably now never a European Cup winner. Not at 38. His days are over. But is this the beginning, I wonder? The beginning for Manchester United properly. They've dominated the domestic scene. 5 championships in 7 seasons. They've just won their 10th FA Cup. But it's the breakthrough in Europe, Mark, that is really needed to cement the place in history for this team. Alex Ferguson doesn't want it to end here. He's still got 3 years of his tenure to go.
Well, he's also hungry. You know that he'll be planning for next season already. He'll have some names that he's given to the board, players he'd want to bring in, players he's prepared to let go.
Well, they want Peter Schmeichel to go up first. This wasn't in the book. Schmeichel is coming forward. He was to have been last, but again he's first. He takes his gold medal He shakes the hand of Leonard Johansson, and wearily but proudly he makes his way around the table, and he looks to the red and white ribbons that adorn this European Cup. He's not going to lift it yet. He's going to let all the other players lift it first. But when Schmeichel lifts it finally, after the 17 others that precede him, just wait for the roar. They're waiting now for a cameraman to get the shot that he will. Beckham just reached forward and kissed it, as does Gary Neville.
I think what they'll do, Alan, is they'll let everybody get the medal, and then Schmeichel will get presented the cup in front of the rest of his teammates.
And Sheringham must just give the cup a little rub, as he did with the FA Cup on Saturday, as he did with the Premiership trophy at Old Trafford the other Sunday. They lock arms on that podium. Leonard Johansson, he's just disappeared amongst the red shirts of Manchester United. And Schmeichel, having been first up, is now off the podium again. He's made his way round to the back of the queue. They're all up there. They've all got their medals. There's a Jonathan Greening. Could he have believed that he was going to be a substitute here this evening? Young man and a future at Old Trafford. Schmeichel just embraces Alex Ferguson once more. There are two great roars to come. The moment Fergie steps up there, as he's doing now, and have the crowd seen him. A handshake from Leonard Johansson. He gets his medal, but there's so many players on the podium, it's not seen by the fans. And now Schmeichel stands in front of the trophy, and he says to all his colleagues, get up there, this is ours. And now those two great Danish paws stretch forward. He clasps the cup. Manchester United, champions of Europe in 1999, winners of a remarkable triumph. Well done them, well done England, well done British football.
I think it's also fantastic as well that the cup was presented to Schmeichel, and straight away the next hand was Alex Ferguson's. Most important, Alan.
I tell you, the celebrations are going to go on a little late, and the bad news is that we're staying in the Ramblers, so we'll not get any sleep at all.
You'll have to buy me a drink.
No chance of that. John Imperdale's been very patient. Come on, John.